Hey everyone, it's LS, and this is the VOD review that makes Fnatic versus IG take a little bit of a backseat. Fnatic versus IG is cool and all, but 100 Thieves is an absolute planet of a team, and so it's going to be really interesting to see how Fnatic managed to topple them here in the World Group stages. So far, Thresh, Alistar, and Urgot being banned away by Fnatic, 100 Thieves banning away Akali, Rakan, and Aatrox. First pick for Fnatic was the Aurelia that is able to be flexed into the mid and the top lane. I'm going to try my best to not pause this game. I do not think that I want to pause to actually look at some of the things that 100 Thieves is most likely going to do. But that is okay. Sion is picked up very early for 100 Thieves. I actually don't think that it's a top lane champion that needs to be picked up this early. Kai'Sa was picked up by them. I do think that that is quite good. Handed back over to Fnatic, they have the Sivir and the Braum. A lot of people have been talking about the Sivir into Kai'Sa matchup. I also think that Sivir on blue side against the red side Kai'Sa is particularly more strong than if the colors were a little bit reversed. I think that Sivir has a much easier time fading most ganks, and I think that due to the jungler's red side jungle being in close proximity to mid and bottom, I think that it opens up the draft to be a lot more flexible, especially in the second part phase, if you haven't selected mid or jungle yet. Hold on. I have to pause here. Hold on. This is game 2, right? This is game 2. Yes, okay. Ornn and Shen being banned away. I mean, one of the dilemmas here for me is that this does not mean that Soaz can't just pick Fiora. And some people might think to themselves, oh, okay, well, that's a lot of AP, or that's a lot of AD on the side of Fnatic. Well, Fiora deals true damage. You have primarily only squishies on your team as 100 Thieves. And if you don't take Taliyah, then Taliyah is still an AP carry jungler that's available. So right here, 100 Thieves has to pick Taliyah, because if they don't pick Taliyah, then Fnatic can just pick Taliyah, and then they can go Fiora, and they can plant Aurelia in mid lane, which is a nightmare for Aurelia. Also, I guess that maybe 100 Thieves is actually stating that they can flex the Lissandra, but no matter what, Fiora is going to be able to find her way into a matchup. Oh, and Aurelia, Fiora is a nightmare for Sion, and even though Lissandra is a nightmare for Aurelia, it shouldn't matter all that much. This is a lot of heavy AD on the side of Fnatic. What? Cho'Gath? No. I think 100 Thieves is the last thing you want to be eating. Ah, shit. That's not what you want to take a bite out of. Holy shit. Ah, fuck. Talk about my coffee going bad, but... oh, man. Oh, God. Soaz probably got sick after this game. Ah, shit. Oh, my God. Okay. So it looks like a 5-point opening for both teams. I'm gonna have to adjust the game time or the speed. Nope, not 1.25. I don't want to go that slow. It's like a prison sentence. All right. 5-point opening, still experiencing a little bit of lag. I think YouTube's trying to tell me something. So this matchup is really interesting for a lot of reasons. It has two of the biggest discrepancies in all of Worlds. You have Caps versus Ryu, and then you have Reckless versus Rikara. So there's massive gaps in this game, and the fact that the mid and bottom lane is likely where Broxah wants to be diverting his attention is perfect for Fnatic. Because you think about that you're attacking the weakest parts of 100 Thieves and getting to do exactly what you want for your team composition. Oh wait, I don't have audio on, right? Okay, thank God. Some trades happening up in top lane, but nothing really too exciting going on yet. The Poppy jungle out of 100 Thieves, I don't fully know why it ends up being picked, but we'll see what happens as the game transpires. Maybe 100 Thieves is thinking that they need to try to catch teams off guard, because remember, this game takes place early on, still into day 2 of Group D. And Broxah is just continuing to power farm. His rubber banded camps on the right-hand side are going to come up when bottom lane is susceptible to a gank, and likely after mid lane ends up resetting. Onda already able to come into the right-hand side jungle of Broxah and get a lot of good vision down. Aphromoo has the Tri-Brush warded, so right now, actually, 100 Thieves are in a fantastic position. Whoa! Oh, that's so clean. I mean, you can look at like what Ryu is doing. I mean, Broxah, if he misses the Q, he just doesn't take it. Nothing happens. Oh, it's so fucking nice to watch, man. I'm having so much fun watching this guy's Lee Sin. Oh, it's so fun to watch. Ryu going down there and being even against Aurelia is not a very good situation for 100 Thieves. They have such a shitty topside matchup. Poppy's red side jungle is not where she wants to be living. Poppy just can't actually do anything. I don't know how they're supposed to gank any of the lanes. Everything was going so well for them up until this point, with the exception of maybe Ryu being a little bit more even than he would like to be inside of the lane. Ryu could have taken E. Ryu can take E. Ryu will die to Broxah, but at least it would be a 1-for-1. I think that Ryu didn't expect it to deal the damage. Now, at this point in the game, Infernal Drake coming up, or I mean, it already is up, but Infernal Drake is going to be up for grabs soon. If you're Soaz, you can do this thing where Soaz has teleport and Sunday doesn't. So what you can do is, on this cannon wave, you can take a really bad trade. Hard shove this wave out, and then recall immediately, and then just start running to the Drake. And then you'll lose some minions up in top, but Someday actually can't respond, and he's too delayed. So if you end up doing this and Lee Sin pass onto the right-hand side as bottom lane's coming back to get priority, Lee Sin looks for vision, Aurelia shoves out mid, and then you have Cho'Gath down in bottom, you get the Infernal Drake. And then after you get the Infernal Drake, you look to make a play bot, you apply pressure to Poppy and demand that she stays on the bottom half side of the map, and then Lee Sin can use this priority time to run into Poppy's left-hand side jungle and attack her red as Cho'Gath's returning back up to top lane. Ricard is actually doing relatively okay this game in terms of CS. Broxa really like these kinds of ganks. Well, okay, oh! It's so close. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Ricard played that well. They definitely can kill Ricard there with the Ignite, or just by doing that a little bit cleaner. And Ryu, okay, Ryu taking quite a big trunk. And now, I mean, with the amount of pressure and priority they have on the right-hand side, they should be able to just convert this into an Infernal Drake. And Cap's continuing to look for pressure. Ryu seems extremely uncomfortable in this lane. Someday coming down, getting vision on the blue. Okay. And it looks like 100Thieves is actually trying to bait this. Scion's not here though, so it doesn't matter that Poppy's here. Brox is here as well. Flash away from Ryu. And Caps actually almost ends up going down. Had to use the teleport out of SOAS. I would say that 100Thieves ends up actually coming out a little bit ahead. I don't like Fnatic's actually looking a lot more passive here against their game, or in this game with 100Thieves, than they did in previous games. At least in terms of like available map movements and whatnot. Also, so as this turret is actually taking a little bit of damage, but that's to be expected given that he just teleported into mid lane. Righteous Glory now completed as well for SOAS. Bard going through the wall. Brox is on the right hand side. Brox is also up, he's ahead of Onda in CS and levels, although Onda did just hit level 7. I think Brox just hit 8 though, so that's actually an entire level gap. Oh no, Onda just hit 8. Wait, what? Okay. Onda just hit 8 off wraiths? Okay. So now they have control in mid lane. Caps has the blue buff. They're establishing priority down in bottom, but Lee Sin probably just wants to get his red. There's absolutely no reason to try to go for any sort of a dragon play right now, when you know that Someday is about to have teleport up again. And it looks like Onda, though, trying to clear out vision that he shouldn't be going for. But you can see that he doesn't really have anything to do. Wow, massive amounts of damage. And Aphromoo just goes down. Not really sure what Aphromoo is doing. Aphromoo is trying to contest and fight over luxury vision when you know that Fnatic can't actually start the Drake. Like, there's nothing preventing Onda from just doing this. Right? Come up, come around, and come here to see the dragon. Because if Caps is missing from mid lane, then eventually it means that they must be at the dragon. Even though you don't have any vision inside of the river, you can use no vision as vision. You can have Onda come here. And if you don't see them on the Drake, then you know that they're camping some sort of a brush, and thus Ryu does not have to keep walking into the river. Ryu doesn't even need to touch this brush before anything. So I don't like how impatient 100Thieves is being, and they were trying to get vision that was absolutely needless. Because you have the teleport on Someday, which you can easily just use. Okay, Onda just... I'm not sure what 100Thieves is doing. It looks like actually Someday is being tied up by SOAS. Look at this, look. You can see that Sunday is maybe wanting to go get a teleport or maybe come down to the fight, and Soaz just bypasses the minions in the lane and basically says you're not going anywhere. Yeah, now Cho'Gath is chasing Sion, so this is actually like the movie Rampage. Thieves trying to make a little bit of a desperate play right there, and they're just falling more and more behind. I actually don't know what their team composition is supposed to do in the mid game, because the Sion and the Poppy are virtually going to be useless, and there's so much flexibility inside of Fnatic. Like, the Sivir and the Cho'Gath are going to be such a thorn in 100 Thieves' side. And I mean, the Aurelia is just something that, like, while yes, you have champions that are supposed to be able to hold her down, she's going to have the Mercury, she's going to have the tenacity, she's going to be so slippery, and the only person that you really have that's going to deal damage to her is Rikara. But Rikara is not going to be able to have free deal, even though 100 Thieves' team composition should be looked at like it, in theory, can play front to back. And, okay. So, 100 Thieves is finally actually starting to get ground. Teleport almost available on Soaz. Almost available. And even though this looks really bad, you can't underestimate Aurelia. And Soaz is here now as well. Caps almost getting locked up right there, but Soaz is just such a fucking juggernaut. And this is what I mean by you can't play front to back. Aurelia and Cho'Gath demand so much attention. And yes, this angled fight is kind of bad for 100 Thieves. Yes, Fnatic's items are really strong right now. But the reality is that this Kai'Sa is not going to be able to do what you want her to do inside of this team comp anyway. You take a look at this, use the Bard ultimate, Broxa also getting completely just gutted on the left-hand side. Hylissang gonna end up going down as well. He's trying his absolute damnedest, gets locked up by Bard up against the wall. Reckless cancels, the teleport coming in from Soaz, and I really don't know what 100 Thieves is thinking. The ultimate from Aurelia is just so strong, Cap's able to get out with the flash, and then the remaining members of 100 Thieves just have no fucking answer to Reckless. I don't know what they're thinking from that position. The only person that can handle Reckless is Kai'Sa. It doesn't matter that it's a 3v5. The positioning and the angle and the itemization is just way too bad for 100 Thieves. I like what Reckless is doing. He's letting minions bleed up and top. Infernal Drake coming up in 30 seconds. Wow, Fnatic is actually fucking getting Infernals all day. This is the same day, right? They just keep getting Infernal Drakes. Oh! And now Caps... Yeah. Okay. Stuns Onda and Aphromoo. And now it looks like... I mean, 100 Thieves loses this. 100 Thieves loses the fight. If a fight would... Okay. It looks like they were actually trying to invite Fnatic into the river, but if they would invite Fnatic into the river and not just burst the dragon, 100 Thieves can lose the fight. Rift Herald ends up... Ooh, that's cute. I've never seen that. Wait. He summoned it over... I've never seen that. Today I learned. I'm a fucking coach. Oh, so close. Aphromoo almost ends up going down. They're not going to be able to get to here. Oh, yes they are. Okay. They're giving a lot of respect to Fnatic. They're gonna be able to get 2. So as it's walking up, he has the minions. I think that they're going for 3. Not like that. Oh, Broxa still has kick? Okay, open mid. 100 Thieves, hitting him with the NA special. The open mid. Are they all chewing bubblegum? 100 Thieves? God, they all look so depressed. Jesus Christ! It looks like one of those Better Call Saul intros where everything's like gray and or black and white and everyone just looks depressed and sad. Is there any member on 100 Thieves that looks happy? I guess Ryu looks like neutral. This is a spot where I talk about this all the time. Fnatic should just freeze top. There's no reason to not, like, it's one of my main gripes with pro teams. This is a perma-freeze. They can just perma-freeze this. Caps does not have an obligation to go any fight. There's no neutral objective up. Well, there's no neutral objective up that 100 Thieves can actually go to. We're in 20 minutes and 40 seconds, so Baron is off the table. You can perma-freeze this, concede bottom tier 1 if 100 Thieves devotes a lot of resources to trying to get it, and then you essentially just drain them out of an entire wave, or lane. Do you need to do this with the advantage that Fnatic has? No, you don't. You probably don't need to, but if your life was on the line, I think that you do. If you have a gun to your head and if you lose the game, you're gonna get your brains you like that? You're gonna get your brains blown out. Then I do think that this is what happens. I think that freezing is really good. Love the Wit's End on Aurelia. I've been very vocal about Wit's End on champions. So surprised Kog'Maw's still not showing up here in the tournament. I think that Kog'Maw, especially with how the meta is, I don't understand why he's not getting picked more. Cog, I think, is infinitely more scary in some of these team compositions than a Kai'Sa can actually be. No, Kai'Sa cannot do it better. They do different things. Jesus Christ. Please, Veggie. Oh, God, they do completely different things. Cog is not bad in this meta. I don't know why you think Kog'Maw is bad in this meta. You're saying that Cog is bad in this meta because you fail to understand in which ways he can be operated. Your traditional belief of Kog'Maw is to be protected by an Ardent support and then have a team composition drafted around him. You've never seen Kog'Maw in his standalone ADC, which he was in, I think, in Spring Split. Was it Spring Split with Kog'Maw and Varus? Cog was actually a standalone ADC because other ADCs got so hurt. With the way that the meta is right now, and the way that AP champions can exist inside of the meta, the fact that Wit's End got the buff and got the change, Cog offers a type of damage that you don't traditionally find in bottom. Yes, you find it on Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa has the flexibility to go AD and go AP. Kai'Sa can also be banned out. You can also pick Kog'Maw against Kai'Sa. There are other team compositions where Kog'Maw is going to offer a much more healthy barrage onto the opponents than what a Kai'Sa can offer. Like, I know that Cog hasn't been seen in like 5 months, so everyone's memory of him is probably just like Juggermaw or like Protect the Cog comps, but he has so much more to offer than that. Now with the kill onto Rikara, this should be a relatively easy Baron. If 100 Thieves actually tries to contest this, this just gets really, really bad for them. Caps is actually taking a lot of damage. But looks like actually they're just going to pull the trigger and try to run. Oh, ended up missing the stun. Ryu basically says, you know what, Anda? We're not going to be together next year anyway. And rather than just immediately going back to the Baron, they acknowledge that Rikara is up. They're clearing out waves, probably going to clear out some of the jungle camps. Alright. Let's take a look at this. They really wanted to kill Caps, but Caps hit him with some facts. Told him that would not be happening. I do have to say though, the Bard play, like Bard is a champion that I think that the team has to really know how to play with. Like Afram is not why 100 Thieves is losing. I'm not saying that. All that I'm saying is that I can tell that, like, the Bard doesn't look anything special. And that's a champion that you have to be special on it in order to make it work. Picking Bard is sort of like picking Kayn or something. You have to have your own flair to it, but then your team has to know how to play with it. Bard's a Fortnite player pick. Alright, Fnatic end up picking themselves up a Mountain Drake. That's going to make it extremely easy to actually just get the Baron. Mid inhibitor being open, some people are maybe looking at this and they're like, you know what, just push mid and get the inhibitor. You can do that, but you don't need the inhibitor as long as you have the Baron. So if you can induce a Baron fight, you can just ignore bottom. Doesn't even matter that, what's his name is pushing in bottom, Sunday. He's not actually able to threaten the turret. They're sending Soaz to it anyway. I guess because some of the members on Fnatic want to recall anyway. Somebody probably thinks it's Sunday. Kayn's a really bad champion for competitive. He's semi-okay in solo queue at like mid MMR and low MMR. The higher up you go, the worse he becomes. Okay. Fnatic being super cautious. I feel like they're doing this. Is this their first game in the? Yeah, this is their first game in the group. I feel like they're being as cautious with a lot of things. It's like watching Team Liquid versus Bad Team. All right, 7k gold lead, even Infernal Drakes, but the issue is that the Infernal Drakes are... Oh, actually, Aurelia and Sivir versus Lissandra and Kaisa. But I guess the Lee Sin makes more use of it than the Poppy does, so I guess the Infernal's actually probably more beneficial. It's very, very thin. And the Baron now picked up for Fnatic. If this game is looking like it's just going to end with a Doom push, but this is not nearly as clean as Fnatic was playing against IG. It almost seems like they're actually playing sort of to the level of their opponent. Against IG, I don't know. That's what I think about this game. Thanks. I had to really work that one out, you know? I had to put some of my ass muscles into it. You know, I was trying to work out my ass muscles like 100 Thieves got worked out this Worlds. Oh man. Okay. So, just like that, this game ended. I feel like a person getting out of prison. This was not enjoyable. Oh my god. Alright, I just want to see the end game player cams and everything. I wonder if their mindset coming into this was actually like, let's just get it over with. I wonder if that's actually the mindset. They all look so happy. God bless. Nobody on 100 Thieves is talking, they're just chewing gum. Yeah. Oh man. Alright, so that was it for that game. Why doesn't Vedius have a tie? What? This is the real complaint. Why doesn't Vedius have a tie? Oh my god. Alright.